Hello. A very warm welcome to everyone listening today. You are listening to our channel, English Refine. I'm so happy that you have decided to join us.
Hello, everyone. It is a real pleasure to be here with you. Thank you for giving us your time today.
Yeah, and if this is your first time listening to English Refine, let me explain what we do here. Our goal is very simple. We want to help you improve your English listening skills.
Right, because we know that learning a new language is a long journey. It can be, well, very difficult.
It really can. Sometimes when you listen to native speakers, they talk very fast.
They do. They use slang. They use big, complicated words. It can be frustrating. You might feel like you only understand half of the conversation.
Exactly. And that is why we are here. On this channel, we speak in simple, natural English. We speak a little bit slower than a normal TV show.
Yes, and we use clear vocabulary. We want you to understand every single word we say.
But we do not want to just teach you grammar. We want you to learn interesting ideas about the world while you practice your English.
Right. We want you to get smarter and improve your language skills at the very same time.
That is definitely the best way to learn. So let me introduce myself. I am Speaker One. I am a very curious person. I love to ask questions.
And you ask good questions.
Thank you. I love to learn how people can live happier, better lives. I am always looking for simple tricks to make life easier.
And I am speaker two. I am a little bit different. I love to read. I
Uh-huh.
spend a lot of time reading books about psychology, science, and business.
You read so much.
I really do. I like to understand why things happen. My job is to take difficult ideas from books and explain them clearly to you.
It is great to be doing this deep dive with you, Speaker Two. How are you feeling today?
I'm feeling excellent, thank you. I have my coffee right here, and I am ready to jump into our topic. How are you?
I am doing very well, thank you. I am actually very excited about today's topic. It is something that I think about a lot.
It is a great topic.
It is a topic that can completely change your life, but it is not a big, scary topic. It is actually very small.
Yes. Today, we are doing a deep dive into small habits. We are looking at books like Atomic Habits by James Clear and ideas from experts like Wendy Wood.
Our mission today is to understand what these small habits are, why they matter, and how you can use them today. Small habits.
Yeah.
You know, when I hear the word habit, I think of many things.
Like what?
Well, I think of good things and I think of bad things. But before we go too deep, we should probably start with the basics. Speaker Two, can you explain to us what exactly is a habit?
That is the most important question to start with. What is a habit? To put it simply, a habit is something you do often. It is a behavior that you repeat.
Okay, something you repeat.
But it is more than that. A habit is something you do without thinking.
Without thinking. That is interesting. Can you give me an example of doing something without thinking?
Of course. Think about your morning. When you wake up and walk to the bathroom to brush your teeth, do you have to think hard about it?
No, not at all.
Right. Do you look at the toothbrush and say, what do I do with this tool? Do I put it in my ear? Do I put it in my nose?
No, definitely not. I am usually very sleepy in the morning. I do not think at all. I just pick up the brush, put on the toothpaste, and start brushing.
Yeah.
My hand knows what to do.
Exactly. Your hand knows what to do. Your brain does not have to work. That is a habit. It is automatic.
It just happens.
Yes.
Yeah.
There is a famous researcher named Wendy Wood. She is a professor who has studied habits for a long time. She uses a great word to describe this. She says habits are like autopilot.
Autopilot. I like that word. Auto means self, and pilot is the person flying the plane. So it means the plane flies itself.
Yes. When a plane is on autopilot, the pilot can sit back and relax. The computer flies the plane. Wendy Wood says our brains are the exact same way.
Really? Our brains have a computer like that?
Yes. And she found a very surprising statistic. She found that about 43% of what we do every single day is a habit.
Wait, let me understand that. 43%. That is almost half.
Yes. Almost half of your day.
So for almost half of my day, I am not really making decisions. I am just acting like a robot.
In a way, yes. Think about when you drive a car. When you first learned to drive, it was scary. You had to think about every little thing.
Oh, yes. Where is the brake? Where is the signal? Look in the mirror.
It was exhausting.
It was. I was so nervous. I gripped the steering wheel so tight my hands hurt.
But now, you drive to work, and sometimes you do not even remember the drive. You arrive at work and think, how did I get here?
That is very true. I just arrived.
That is because your brain was on autopilot. You are using your habits.
That is a little bit scary, but also very useful. If I had to think about everything, I would be so tired.
Exactly. The brain tries to save energy. Habits save energy. But here is the problem. Your autopilot can take you to a good place, or it can take you to a bad place.
Ah, I see.
If you have a habit of eating a healthy salad for lunch, your autopilot makes you healthy. If you have a habit of eating candy every afternoon, your autopilot makes you unhealthy.
I see. So the goal is to program the autopilot correctly.
Yes. And today we are looking at a specific type of habit. We are looking at small habits. We are looking at the ideas from the book Atomic Habits by James Clear.
I've heard of that book.
Mhm.
It's very famous. But why does he call them atomic habits? What is an atom?
An atom is a very, very small thing. It's a tiny particle. In science, atoms are the building blocks of the universe.
Building blocks, like Lego pieces.
Exactly like Lego pieces. Everything you see, your computer, your desk, your hand, is made of millions of tiny atoms.
So James Clear is saying that small habits are the building blocks of our lives.
Precisely. He argues that we should not focus on big, huge changes. We should focus on tiny changes, things that take maybe 1 or 2 minutes.
That sounds much easier. Usually when people want to change their life, they try to do something huge. They say, I will exercise for 2 hours every day.
And what happens when they try that?
They do it for 3 days. Then they get tired. Their legs hurt. They say this is too hard. And they quit.
Right. That is why small habits are better. They are so small that you cannot say no to them. They are easy. But, and this is the important part, they are powerful.
Okay, so we know what they are. They're tiny actions we do automatically. Now let us talk about why they are important. You said they are powerful, but if they are so small, how can they make a difference?
This is my favorite part of the topic. It is about the power of mathematics. It is about the power of 1%.
1% sounds like nothing. If I have $1 and I get 1% more, I have $1.01. That is not exciting.
It is not exciting today, but let us look at the math over time. Imagine you want to improve at something. Let us say you want to improve your English. Imagine you get just 1% better every day.
Okay, I learn a little bit today. I learn a little bit tomorrow.
If you improve by 1% every single day for 1 year, do you know how much better you will be at the end of the year?
Maybe twice as good or 3 times as good.
According to the math, you will be 37 times better.
37 times. Wow. That is a huge number.
Yes. It is because of something called compound interest. Do you know what that means in banking?
I think so. It means if I save money, the bank gives me a little money back. That is interest. And then the next year, I get interest on my interest.
Exactly. The money grows on top of the money.
Yeah.
Habits work the same way. Your reading today helps you reading tomorrow. Your reading tomorrow helps you reading next week. It builds up. James Clear calls this the compound interest of self-improvement.
That is a wonderful phrase. The compound interest of self-improvement. It means we do not need to be perfect immediately. We just need to be a tiny bit better than yesterday.
Yes. But there is a catch. There's a reason why this is difficult.
What is the reason?
The reason is that we are human beings, and human beings are very impatient. We want results now.
Oh, I am guilty of this. If I go to the gym for 1 week, I look in the mirror, I want to see big muscles immediately. If I do not see them, I feel sad.
We all feel that way. We put in the work, but we do not see the result. James Clear tells a wonderful story to explain this. It is the story of the ice cube.
An ice cube, like a piece of frozen water.
Yes. I want you to imagine a scene. Imagine you are sitting in a room. It is a very cold room. You can see your breath in the air. On the table in front of you, there is a large ice cube.
Okay, I am imagining it. It is cold. The ice is sitting there.
Now imagine the temperature in the room is 25 degrees Fahrenheit. That is below freezing. You want to melt the ice, so you begin to heat the room up very slowly.
Okay, I turn on a small heater.
The temperature goes from 25 degrees to 26 degrees. You look at the ice cube. Does it melt?
No, it is still frozen.
Then the temperature goes to 27 degrees, then 28 degrees, then 29 degrees. You are using energy. You are working to heat the room. But you look at the ice cube. Is it melting?
No, it is still just a block of ice.
Now it is 30 degrees, now 31 degrees, still nothing. At this point, you might feel like giving up. You might think, I am wasting my time. I have raised the temperature so much, but I see no change.
I would definitely feel frustrated. I would think the heater is broken.
But then the temperature goes from 31 degrees to 32 degrees, and suddenly, what happens?
At 32 degrees, ice begins to melt. It turns into water.
Exactly. Suddenly you see a huge change. Now, here's the important question. Did the ice melt only because of that last 1 degree? Did it melt just because of the move from 31 to 32?
No. It melted because of all the work before. It melted because we went from 25 to 26 to 27. All that work was necessary.
That is the lesson. When you start a small habit, you are in the cold room. You might study English every day for 2 weeks and feel like you are not learning. You feel like the ice cube is not melting.
That's such a common feeling for language learners. You study and study, but you still cannot understand a movie. You feel like you are at 30 degrees.
Yes, but you must not quit. You are storing up energy. You are heating up the room. If you keep going, eventually you will hit 32 degrees. Suddenly you will understand. Suddenly you will speak fluently. This is why patience is so important with small habits.
I love that story. It gives me hope. It tells me that my hard work is not wasted. It is just hidden. It is waiting for the right moment.
That is a beautiful way to say it. The results are hidden, but they are coming.
Okay, so we have the theory. We know habits are automatic. We know small habits grow over time like money. And we know we must be patient like the ice cube. Now, let us get practical. I want to give our listeners some real things they can do.
Yes, let us look at some examples. I have gathered ideas from a few different sources, including a business show called No Office and a health show called Thrive.
Let us start with something almost everyone wants to do. Reading. I know I want to read more books. I buy books, but they just sit on my shelf gathering dust.
This is very common. The problem is usually that the goal is too big. You say, I will read one chapter every night, but then night comes, you are tired, you had a long day at work, the book looks heavy, so you say, not tonight.
That is exactly what happens. I watch TV instead because it is easier.
So the small habit solution is to make it tiny. Do not try to read a chapter. The rule should be read for just 2 minutes, or even better, read just one page.
One page. That sounds almost too easy.
That is the point. It must be so easy that you cannot say no. Even if you are exhausted, you can read one page. It takes 60 seconds.
And I guess once I start reading that one page, I might want to read the second page.
Usually, yes. The hardest part is starting. Once you start, it is easy to keep going. But even if you only read one page, you kept the habit alive. You voted for being a reader.
I like that. Okay, what is another example? What about something for our health?
A great example is drinking water. We all know water is good for us. It helps our brains, our skin, our energy. But many of us forget to drink it. We drink coffee or soda instead.
I drink way too much coffee. I definitely need more water.
A simple, small habit comes from the No Office show. They suggest this. Put a glass of water on your bedside table before you go to sleep.
So it is sitting right there next to my head.
Yes. The habit is, as soon as you wake up, before you do anything else, drink the water. Before you look at your phone, before you get out of bed, just drink.
That is a great idea. In the morning, I'm usually thirsty anyway, and it wakes up your body, right?
Yes. It rehydrates you after sleeping, and it gives you a small win first thing in the morning. You started the day with a good habit.
Okay, reading and water. What about movement? Exercise is the thing people struggle with the most. I do not have time to go to the gym, is what everyone says.
You are right. Going to the gym takes a lot of time. You have to pack your bag, drive there, change clothes, exercise, shower. It is a big event.
It is a huge event. So what is the small version?
The health expert Liz Moody suggests micro-workouts or simple walking. Walking is amazing for your health. It clears your mind.
But I do not need to walk for an hour.
No. The habit could be, I will walk for 10 minutes after lunch, or even smaller, I will walk around my building one time.
Just one loop around the building. That is easy. I can do that in my normal work clothes.
Exactly. Liz Moody talks about doing things while you wait. For example, while you are waiting for your coffee to brew in the kitchen, do 10 jumping jacks.
Jumping jacks in the kitchen. I might look a little funny if my family sees me.
Maybe, but it gets your blood flowing, it wakes you up, and it takes less than 1 minute. It fits into the empty spaces of your day.
That is clever. Using the empty time.
Hmm.
Now, speaker two, since our listeners are here to learn English, do you have a small habit for language learning?
I certainly do. This is one of the best ways to use small habits. I call it learning snacks.
Learning snacks. I'm getting hungry. Does this involve real food?
No, sorry to disappoint you. It is a metaphor. Instead of eating a big meal of learning, you take a small snack. Many people try to study English for 1 hour on Sunday.
And then they do not study Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Right. That is not very effective. It is better to study for 5 minutes every day. The habit could be learn 5 new words every day.
Just 5 words.
Yes. You can use an app on your phone. Do it while you are waiting for the bus or while you are waiting in line at the grocery store.
5 words a day. Let me do the math. In 10 days, that is 50 words. In 100 days, that is 500 words. In a year, that is almost 2,000 words.
You see, that is the compound interest again. 2,000 words is a lot. If you know 2,000 words, you can have a very good conversation in English, and it only takes 5 minutes a day.
That is amazing. It really shows how powerful small steps are.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do one last example. Money. Everyone wants to save money, but it feels hard when you do not have a lot of extra cash.
Yes. The key is to start with a number that is so small you do not miss it. Maybe just $1 a day or $5 a week.
$1 a day. I spend more than that on gum or coffee.
Exactly. Set up an automatic transfer at your bank. Move $1 every day to a savings account. It does not seem like much. You will not get rich next week. But in 10 years,
Yeah.
that money grows.
It is not just about the money, is it? It is about becoming a saver.
You hit the nail on the head. You are building the habit of saving. Later, when you earn more money, you can save $5 or $10. But you must build the pipe first before you send the water through it.
I love that image. Build the pipe first. Okay, speaker two. These are great examples. But I have a problem.
What is your problem?
My problem is consistency. I get excited about a new habit. I do it for 3 days, but then life gets busy. I forget, or I just do not feel like it. How do I make the habit stick? How do I make sure I do not quit?
This is the challenge for everyone. But luckily, psychology gives us some tools. We need to understand how habit works in the brain. We call this the habit loop.
The habit loop. A loop is a circle, right?
Yes, it is a circle that goes around and around. Every habit has 3 main parts. Part 1 is the trigger. Part 2 is the action. Part 3 is the reward.
Can you break that down for me? What is the trigger?
The trigger is the signal. It is the thing that tells your brain, go. Do the habit. For example, think about your phone. When your phone makes a ding sound, what do you do?
I pick it up and look at the screen immediately.
Right. The ding sound is the trigger. Picking up the phone is the action. And what is the reward?
The reward is seeing a message from my friend or seeing a funny picture. It makes me feel interested.
Exactly. Trigger, action, reward. If we want to build a new habit, we need a good trigger. And the best way to do this is a technique called habit stacking.
Habit stacking. That sounds like stacking boxes on top of each other.
It is very similar. You take a habit that you already have, something strong like brushing your teeth or drinking coffee. That is your old habit. Then you stack your new habit on top of it.
So the old habit becomes the trigger for the new habit.
Yes. The formula is, after I do my old habit, I will do my new habit.
Can you give us some examples of this?
Sure. Let us go back to learning English. You drink coffee every morning, right?
Every single morning. I cannot survive without it.
So you say, after I pour my cup of coffee, I will learn 1 new English word.
That is smart. I do not have to remember to study. The coffee reminds me.
Exactly. The coffee cup is the trigger. Or let us say you want to be more thankful for your life. You could say, after I sit down for dinner, I will say 1 thing I'm thankful for.
Oh, that is very nice. What about a health habit?
You could say, after I brush my teeth, I will clean just 1 tooth with dental floss.
Just 1 tooth? I think I would clean all of them if I started.
That is the secret. But the commitment is just 1. Habit stacking connects the new behavior to a strong cycle in your brain.
That is a very practical tool. Are there other ways to help us stay consistent?
Yes. We talked about environment design. This means changing your house or your room to make the habit easier. We want to reduce friction.
Friction is resistance, right? Like when you try to slide something on a rough floor.
Yes. If a habit is hard to start, you will not do it. Human beings are naturally lazy. We want the easy path. So, make good habits easy and bad habits hard.
How do we do that?
If you want to read in the morning, put a book on your pillow. When you go to bed, you have to move the book. It is right there.
So I cannot miss it.
Right. If you want to drink water, fill the water bottle the night before, put it right on your desk. Do not make yourself walk to the kitchen to get it.
Make it easy. And what about bad habits, like watching too much TV?
Make it hard. Take the batteries out of the remote control. Put the remote control in a drawer in another room.
Oh, wow. So if I want to turn on the TV, I have to walk to the other room, get the remote, find the batteries. That sounds like a lot of work.
Exactly. You might think, hey, too much work. I will just read a book instead. You are designing your lazy brain to do the right thing.
That is brilliant. Use your laziness to help you.
There is one more rule for consistency that is very important. It is the 2-minute rule.
We mentioned this briefly with reading. Keep it short.
Yes. A new habit should take less than 2 minutes to do. If you want to run a marathon, do not focus on the running. Focus on the first 2 minutes.
What are the first 2 minutes of running?
Putting on your running shoes and walking out the door. That is it.
So my goal is just put on shoes, step outside.
Yes. If you do that, you succeeded, you win. Usually, if you are standing outside in your running shoes, you will run a little bit, but the habit is just the shoes.
It takes the pressure off. I do not have to be an athlete. I just have to be a person who puts on shoes.
Correct. Make it so easy you cannot say no.
Okay, speaker 2. These are all amazing strategies, but I want to talk about something deeper. Sometimes I know what to do, I have the plan, I have the shoes, but I just do not feel like it. I lack motivation. How do we fix that?
This is where the psychology gets really interesting. It is about identity. It is about who you believe you are.
Who I believe I am, what does that mean?
Often we focus on the wrong thing. We focus on the outcome. We say, I want to lose 10 kilograms, or I want to pass the English exam.
Is that not good? To have a goal.
Goals are okay, but identity is better. Instead of focusing on what you want to achieve, focus on who you want to become.
Can you give me an example?
Imagine two people are trying to quit smoking cigarettes. Someone offers them a cigarette. The first person says, no, thank you, I am trying to quit.
That sounds like a reasonable answer.
It sounds okay, but they are saying, I am a smoker who is trying to stop. They still believe they are a smoker. Now, the second person says, no, thank you, I am not a smoker.
Oh, I hear the difference. I am not a smoker. That is a statement about who they are today.
Yes, it is a change in identity. When you start small habits, you are changing your identity. Every time you read one page, you are saying to yourself, I am a reader.
Every time I save $1, I am saying I am a saver.
Yes. James Clear calls this casting a vote, like in an election. Every small action is a vote for the new you. Eventually, you have so many votes that you believe it. You think, hey, I guess I really am a healthy person.
And once you believe you are a healthy person, it is easier to make healthy choices. A healthy person does not want to eat junk food all the time.
Exactly. True change comes from the inside out.
I love that. But, speaker two, I have to be honest, I am not perfect. Even with all these tricks, I will probably mess up. I will miss a day. I will get lazy. What happens then?
You are human. You will miss a day. That is guaranteed. But there is a very important rule for this. It is called never miss twice.
Never miss twice. What does that mean?
It means that missing one day is an accident. It happens to everyone. Maybe you were sick. Maybe you had an emergency. That is fine. Be kind to yourself.
Okay, so I do not beat myself up.
No. But you must not miss the second day. Missing twice is the start of a new habit. It is the start of a bad habit.
I see. So if I do not read on Monday, Monday is gone. Forget it. But I must read on Tuesday.
Yes. You must get back on track immediately. One mistake is just a mistake. Two mistakes is a pattern. If you fix your habit quickly, you will not lose your progress.
That is very encouraging. I think many people quit because they miss one day and they think, oh, I failed, I ruined everything, and then they stop forever.
That is all or nothing thinking. It is very dangerous. We want to be consistent, not perfect.
Consistent, not perfect. I'm going to remember that. Is there any final tip for motivation? Something to make us feel good?
Yes. One last thing. It comes from an expert named B.J. Fogg. It is called celebration.
Celebration? You mean like a party with cake and balloons?
A very, very small party. A micro party. E.J. Fogg says that emotions create habits. We repeat things that make us feel good.
That makes sense.
So when you finish your tiny habit, when you read that one page or drink that water, you must celebrate immediately.
How do I celebrate?
You can say to yourself, good job. You can smile big. You can give yourself a high five.
A high five to myself. I might look a little crazy doing that.
It is okay to look crazy. The important thing is that you feel a flash of positive emotion. This releases a happy chemical in your brain.
Dopamine is the happy chemical.
Yes.
Okay.
Tells your brain, hey, that was good. Let us do that again tomorrow.
But so if I celebrate, I am training my brain to like the habit.
Yes. Some people struggle with doing chores, so every time they start the dishwasher, they give themselves a high five. It sounds silly, but it works. It makes you feel successful.
I am going to try that. Next time I learn an English word, I will say, yes. Good job, Speaker 1.
I think that is a wonderful idea.
Well, Speaker 2, we have covered so much ground today. This has been a really great deep dive.
It really has. Let us look back at what we learned.
We learned that habits are the autopilot of our lives. They define almost half of what we do.
We learned that we should focus on small habits, because 1% improvement every day adds up to a huge change in a year. Remember the math? 37 times better.
We talked about the ice cube story. We must be patient. Even if we do not see results today, we are heating up the room. The results will come.
We gave many examples. Reading one page, drinking a glass of water in the morning, walking for just 10 minutes, learning 5 words, saving $1.
And we learned how to make them stick. Habit stacking, which means using old habits to trigger new ones, designing your environment to make it easy, and using the 2-minute rule.
And finally, we talked about identity. Become the person you want to be. Cast your votes, never miss twice, and always, always celebrate your wins.
It is a complete system for changing your life. It is not magic. It is just small steps.
That is the truth. Just small steps.
So to you, our wonderful listener, we have a challenge for you. Do not try to do everything we talked about today. That is too much.
Yes. Pick just one thing. What is one small habit you want to start?
Maybe you want to drink more water. Maybe you want to read. Maybe you want to practice English for 2 minutes a day.
Pick one and start today or start tomorrow morning. Make it small, make it easy, and give yourself a high five when you do it.
And we believe in you. You can change your life.
Yeah.
And before we go, I want to leave you with one thought to explore on your own.
What is that?
What happens when your new identity starts changing the people around you? Think about it. If you become a reader, maybe your children will see you reading, and they will want to read too. Your small habits might not just change your life. They might change the lives of the people you love.
That is a very powerful thought.
Thank you so much for listening to English Refined today. We hope this deep dive helps you not just with your English, but with your whole life.
Thank you for listening. Keep practicing, keep learning, and we will see you next time.
Goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful day.